Jade revealed that she struggled with anorexia at a young age, stressing events like being bullied at school. She called her racial slurs, throwing bleach at her, and holding her down with the help of her friends.
Throwing bleach at her? You throwing bleach on somebody? That's even worse. On the skin? What would y'all do if somebody threw some bleach on you?
And I ain't got time to worry about your feelings, now I'm working from hell. Do the fake shit, I stay down, stayed on my grind, and I'm still here.
What's good, everybody? What's good, Two Real Squad? I'm T Will, and you're watching the Two Real Show, where we keep it 100% real every day and all day. And today we back with another Little Mix reaction. Little Mix girls' private struggles made public. We already reacted to 10 signs of Little Mix breaking up. You know, a lot of y'all say that was not accurate, and you said that Little Mix ain't never breaking up. Now that's fact. Little Mix ain't never breaking up, so we don't really know if some of that news sounded true and some of that news sounded fake. You know, we never know, but it don't matter. I ain't gonna hold y'all up. Before we get into this reaction today, if you're new, if you're a true mixer, click that red subscribe button right now and turn on your post notifications. And welcome to the Two Real Squad. Now, without further delay, let's hop into this reaction.
The X Factor and broke out into the world. Mama had them spread their wings, and they haven't stopped soaring since. They're now the best-selling girl group in UK history. They surpassed the Spice Girls by selling over 16 million records in the UK.
They surpassed the Spice Girls or whatever they said. Like, what? You know, the Spice Girls was on and popping for a long time, years ago. I remember when I had a little song, you know, it was on a playlist. It was just automatically on the playlist of the MP3 player I had. You know, the Spice Girls done their thing, but they passed them? That's crazy. Little Mix, man, they on top for real.
Alone. It's been a journey for these ladies, and though they're flying high, it wasn't always like that. The Girl Squad has fought to get where they are today, overcoming personal struggles while inspiring us along the way. Jessie Nelson. Jessie grew up in Essex, England, and was one of 5 siblings raised by a single mother. Even though money was a struggle, Jessie's mom worked her hardest to provide for her family. She was their superhero. So, Jessie grew up to admire her mother's strength and dedication, which helped.
Real talk, when you grow up in a household seeing your mother or whatever, how strong she is taking care of, let's say if you, like you said, if you got like 8 or whatever siblings and it's just 8 of y'all and your mom doing the thing, you know, you're going to look up to her and, the way that, you know, that she had to take care of kids and all of that, that she was a strong woman, you just gonna see that. You gonna want to be that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm speaking for females, you know, as a woman. Man, too, you know, with taking care of the kids, you just gonna see that and like, dang, that's crazy. If she can do it, you know, I can do it. Yo, you gotta be that strong. It inspire you. You know, you admire them for that being a strong woman, for real.
Become the strong and independent woman she is today. The 27-year-old has become an icon of female empowerment, always working to be the role model that her fans deserve. And she doesn't fail to impress. Just recently, she announced on Instagram that she's teaming up with BBC for an upcoming documentary called Jessie Nelson, My Story. The doc will show how social media can play a destructive role in regards to mental health and body positivity. We have no doubt that her personal struggles will be insightful, since she has always been open and candid about her grapple with trolls over the years. When she was on the X Factor, they tore into her viciously, gleefully taking her apart and exposing all her insecurities for the whole world to see. She talked about it too.
They wrong. If that was some of her fans doing that, like, you know, the real fans and not just people, they wrong doing it. Like, why would you do that? Just, you know, when people big, they try to tear you down. When you at a certain level, a lot of people gonna try to tear you down. You know, sometimes even the fans, just because you're on a bigger level. But then you got haters that's the main ones doing that.
While on the set of X Factor in 2011, Jessie opened up about comparing herself to the other girls in Little Mix, saying they were slimmer and smaller than her. She went on to explain.
Look, girl, what do you mean? Like, we seen you on the live performance and everything, even though I know this you, but like, me, my personal opinion, look, y'all put y'all opinions down, you know, y'all can just throw y'all opinions down, you know. Feel free, because, you know, I'm giving mine. Like, she's slim, thick, and all of that. Look good, you know what I'm saying? For me, like, you know what I'm saying? I love it. It's me. I know a lot of dudes love it, too, but she think that she's not fit in. I guess is when, you know, when you into something and you not fitted in, then it can make you feel some type of way. But then, again, some people be like, I'm glad that I'm different than the other ones. It make us all unique. You know what I'm saying? I guess the other girl's skinny, but she kind of slim, thick, like, she weigh a little more, but I think that she's the perfect size, slim, thick. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people like that, but then again, it's with herself, it's a self problem that she's not happy with it.
Social media has become a platform for bullying, saying that trolls continue to talk about her weight on Twitter. Her experience with trolls and bullies doesn't begin there, however. It all started...
Now, we all know, let's say like rappers, they can handle it well. You know, trolls and whatever, people that just say stuff, they just be talking. See, with me, my opinion, people just be saying stuff, they just be talking. They just saying nothing. Then it ain't gonna hurt my feelings because I'm all the way up here. That's what they gonna do regardless. For real. And if, let's say if you helping them up, they, you know what I'm saying, they actually know you, they gonna be faking you and give you, your credit. Like, oh, you look good, just because you coming up and rising. But when they don't actually know you, you already up. That's a threat to them, so they try to just tear you down, like I said.
In secondary school, when she became the new girl, a group of girls started picking on her and managed to rope in an older boy to do the same. It got so bad that the stress affected her mental and physical health. Opening up about the experience in Little Mix's autobiography, Our World, Jessie said that bullying was an everyday ordeal and that it went on for months. Her stress levels got so bad that she developed alopecia and her hair started falling out. What's more, her skin flared.
Alopecia, is that what they talking about? Stress? What? Hair falling out? I noticed that you could be, I guess stress can mess with everything. You get pimples, you can be down, your health, heart attack and all of this, but your hair falling out, man, that's crazy. You got to be real stressed. But what is alopecia? Let me know down in the comments, be specific. Go ahead, y'all, look the definition up for me. You know what I'm saying? Even though I can do it, but research the definition of alopecia, put it down in the comment section right now.
Up with a condition called rosacea, which makes the skin patchy, red, and inflamed. The rosacea spread all over her face, making it look like she had bad acne, and she wasn't even able to cover it up since her school had a no makeup policy. Even outside of school, the taunts would still affect her. Her brain would play them on a loop over and over again.
See, y'all, you see how they can, entertain y'all their fans, but y'all don't know what they've been through in their younger age. They probably don't want to talk about it. At least this person, this video, they talking about it, not in a bad way, but they just let you know what they went through. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't want to talk about that, but me personally, I'm gonna talk about everything. I'm just real like that. That's what make you perfect. Putting your flaws on Front Street and all of that, not hiding nothing back, but it is what it is. They popping, they doing their thing now, and they still want to say something. Nah.
In the end, Jessie's sister stood up to the boy and scared him off. After that, he left her alone. From her mother to her sister, it is clear to see that Jessie was surrounded by strong women, and it is no surprise that she has grown into a superwoman herself. Jade Thirlwall.
What do you mean? She's a superwoman? Yeah, she bad. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff don't even matter now because she real bad. Let's see what Jay talking about.
6-year-old Beauty was born to working class parents. Her dad was a taxi driver and her mom was a manager at her school. Though she is of Yemen and Egyptian descent on her mother's side, Jade grew up in England, raised in the town of South Shields.
I knew she would look like, she'd be from England or something like that, or grew up in England. I don't know, it just gave me that type of characteristic about her.
Up, she idolized her big brother Carl, who was 5 years older than Jade. She loved him so much that she became quite the tomboy despite her love for ballet, tap dancing, and of course, singing. By the time she was 6 years old, Jade was already singing and performing in front of her school. She knew she wanted to become a singer. She later studied at the Performing Arts College South Tyneside, and after 2 prior attempts, she successfully auditioned for the X Factor in 2011, where she met her other bandmates.
She was kind of different.
Now, fast forward to 8 years later, and Jade is living her dream. She's a strong, successful woman with an aura of confidence about her.
I guess she seemed to not have that much problem. She seemed to have a little, confidence to begin with, I guess, because she's skinny. That's just her as a person. She got confidence, even though she probably looked different at a young age, but still, always had that confidence. Some people just different with some certain people.
But it wasn't always that way. Jade revealed that she struggled with anorexia at a young age. At 13 years old, she was eventually...
Well, my bad. Now we getting somewhere. Something, with her being skinny and all of that anorexia. Let's see.
Hospitalized and forced to receive treatment. She believes her illness was triggered after many distressing events like being bullied at school. It all started in secondary school when one girl...
All this bullying, man. You need to stop. You see this? Sometimes you see what bullying can turn somebody into. You know what I'm saying? Strong and up there on a bigger level, and they still gonna say something about it.
In particular, bullied her like never before. She called her racial slurs, throwing bleach at her, and holding her down with the help of her friends.
throwing bleach at her, that is not acceptable. I know y'all, look down, my fans down in the comment section. I know somebody has to go. R.I.P. Like, spitting on somebody, disrespectful. Somebody got to go. R.I.P. on the t-shirt. Now, you throwing bleach on somebody, that's even worse. On the skin, I ain't even gonna get into all of that or what happened. You know what I'm saying? It's just me about my respect and morals and principles. Oh my Lord, man. Y'all tell me down in the comment section. What would y'all do if somebody threw some bleach on you? Some bleach? Not somebody out of line. Like, they know who to do it to. That's the problem. They know who to do it to.
Draw a bindi on her forehead. This bullying, along with her home life, catapulted her struggles with anorexia. Jade came clean about the events that led to her eating disorder in the band's book, Our World. She was 13 when she was diagnosed with anorexia. She believes it to be a culmination of many events occurring in her life at the time.
Now, all these girls, I'm just real, so I'm telling you, like, I'm just real, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying, come up from nothing and all of that. So I would tell these girls, like, I would make them feel special. I'd be the only one person to make them feel special about themselves. And really mean it. I ain't just saying it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people just like, oh, why you messing with her? She's this, you know, because they all want the bad females, you know, before they even pop it. You know how they look at a young age, like, nah, I'll be with them and everything, show them they special. Like, I'll show them they special. But then again, sometimes I don't do it because people get big-headed. But I mean, I'm just keeping it real.
Father, whom she had been extremely close to, passed away, and she was being bullied at school. And so she looked to food to regain a bit of control over her life. In Our World, Jade explained that her eating disorder stemmed from her need to have control over her life. And despite only being 13 years old at the time, Jade sought to monitor and limit her nutrition. Her restrictive diet escalated, and soon she was looking in the mirror and not liking who stared back at her. She by no means thought she was overweight, but still what she wanted was to be very skinny.
What? I feel like in the mirror, I thought you looked better. You look, I researched or whatever, this is an article to say you look 80% better in the mirror or something like that. And then I get that some people think they don't look better, and some people think they do. You know what I'm saying? You could look just different. It could be the opposite. You could look better, think you look better in the mirror, or if you don't think you look better, you actually look better outside the mirror. It's just all an illusion, really. You know. But Jay, you beautiful. What are you talking about? You still had to just please answer my DM on Instagram so we can talk and have a discussion so I can spit some real to you, make you feel good about yourself, even though you're already on a bigger level. You're not going to answer me anyway, but for real.
Naturally, her mental and physical well-being began deteriorating, and she was taken in for treatment. There, she was told that if she continued to destroy her body, she might not make it through the year. Luckily, after some time, with the help of her family, she pulled through, and then in 2008, she auditioned for the X Factor for the first time. Yet, despite her success and fame after the X Factor, she still battled with insecurities and self-doubt. Past ghosts came to haunt her when a magazine digitally changed her nose and whitened her skin after a photo shoot. The edits had shaken her so badly that she'd almost gotten a nose job. However, after all of this,
see, so they don't. That's what they do on. Like, cause they try to. Sometimes they try to, not for a bad thing. They try to do it for a good cause. To Photoshop it and everything for you to look good. To not have you out here looking ugly and all of that. Well, then again, some people gonna take it offensive, and then some people it's not. But I mean, like, they Photoshop you, everything, your nose, or whatever, your body. And Jay took that to heart, thing like, dang, maybe I do need to do that. If they changed it, if I wasn't good enough myself, then maybe, maybe I need to change this and get this. And, it's all an insecure thing.
Jade has now become a leader in the self-love and mental health movement and has shared her thoughts about the experience on Twitter. She admitted to wanting to get a nose job after her first magazine shoot, along with whitening her skin. The publication photoshopped and completely changed her nose. Being 18 at the time, it really damaged her self-esteem and brought new insecurities to the surface of her mind. She seriously thought that she was ugly, but no more. Although she might not always feel like she fits into society's mold, she's done with thinking that she's not beautiful. And she wants her fans to feel the same way, which is why she enjoys.
That's how you gotta act. If you think you gotta think if you don't, nobody else will. For real. If you don't think you popping, let's say if you don't think you popping, people don't think they ain't gonna believe in you because you don't believe in yourself. You gotta believe in yourself the same way you want people. You want people to. It's not a cocky thing. It's just being confident. You know what I'm saying?
Some inspirational quotes on the Little Mix Twitter page. Perry Louise Edwards. The 25-year-old bombshell loved her childhood. It was simple, she said, despite some bumps along the way. She was one of 3 siblings who coined themselves as the Three Amigos, and though her parents had separated when she was a baby, her home life felt full. Although she and her siblings lived with her mom, she maintained a close relationship with her dad, his new partner, and her new baby sister. And yet, life is never perfect. Ever since she was a child, Perry dealt with many physical struggles. For as long as she can remember, Perry was always in and out of the hospital. She was once hospitalized because she was unable to eat food, which Perry says...
Well, you never think that people, just by looking at her, you wouldn't think like she was always in and out the hospital. She looked like a person that doesn't have to deal with that. But you, like you said, you can't ever judge or nothing like that because people got problems, you know. That's why you can't say certain things. You never know how it can hurt a person, for real.
Serious complication of all. When she was a baby, she would always bring it back up, and when she got older, certain foods would get stuck in her throat. If she tried to wash it down, the water would just end up making things worse, and Perry would have to force herself to be sick. No doctor was able to give them a concrete answer, despite her mother blending all of her
That's
food.
the worst thing. Something to deal with food that, you know, can't just digest in your body or go down your throat or anything. Like that sucks, for real. Because, I mean, that's a problem. Food is good. People like to eat and all of that, and just having problems with it, like, man, that's a hassle.
To feed her daughter, her efforts fell short, and by the age of 7, Perry was thin, malnourished, and anemic. Finally, they found a specialist who figured out part of the problem. When they tried to get the camera down Perry's throat, it wouldn't fit through. It became clear to everyone that her esophagus was too small for food to go down, and so began her routine operations to stretch out her esophagus. She was a good sport about it. She would be singing her heart out every time until the anesthetic knocked her out. It got better for her after that, though the heartburn was...
You know what I'm saying? If it don't kill her, she's still gonna be doing her thing. Yo, singing everything. That's how you gotta be. We be on their deathbed, still singing, Lord. And look at her. Still singing. Look, with the problem with her throat and everything. That's crazy. A lot of people don't even sing. They be too lazy to sing and do what they want to do and be in perfect good condition. They be making people mad that got that type of condition. I'd be mad too. You sitting here not doing nothing. But the people that actually got stuff and problems going on in their life, still doing what they supposed to do. No excuses.
Awful, and eventually burned a hole into her esophagus, which she once again needed surgery to fix. Fast forward to today, and her health is no longer a life-threatening issue. Thank goodness.
Hey, we reacted to this. So this shout out to my ex, I think, right? Not too long ago, we reacted to this. I thought it was a Day of the Dead or something like that type of holiday, but it was just a live performance, you know, at the Brits Live, I think.
And yet, though Perry has been to the end of the world and back, insecurities still manage to worm their way in. She's looking beautiful, happy, and healthy now. But for a while, there was a part of her that still didn't...
Life is good. She looks beautiful, happy, and healthy. That's what's up. Hold on, I hope they don't say she's still having problems. I hope not.
Feel that way. Last year, Perry posted a photo on Instagram that shocked her fans, in a good way. The photo revealed a fresh face that fans had never seen before. She was covered in freckles. She captioned the photos, writing that all her life her freckles had been a cause of insecurity for her. However, over the last
freckles? Girl, oh my Lord, man. Freckles, when I see some freckles, it just makes me, you know what I'm saying? Weakness right there. I want to talk to you, everything. Probably even more, but freckles, man. I'm saying dudes love that. Most dudes, you know what I'm saying? Most dudes should love freckles, but once again, like you said, y'all probably said it too, it's insecurity within a person's, you know, their self, you know, in their freckles.
For years, she's learned to love and embrace them and doesn't need to hide them anymore. So what string of events caused Perry to feel like she had to hide her freckles? Well, according to Perry, one of the doctors who studied her during...
Girl, you look bad. I ain't gonna say, oh, you look bad and fine. I ain't gonna say it like that. You look, of your unique self, your natural self, you look good. I'm saying, I don't know. Look, I'll tell you, girl, I love them freckles and everything. I'm saying, I ain't gonna get into more of what I say, but still, I'm saying, I make you feel good about that one person. You know, even though it's one person just saying that out of a million, still, I'm gonna be that one person to tell you.
Youth once asked her what those things on her face were. Her answer was adorable. They were angel kisses, she said. To which the doctor shut her down nastily, saying, those are not angel kisses, they're freckles. Yikes, now that's harsh. Luckily,
Fire that, doctor. Why would you even say that those are not angel kisses? Those are freckles. You know how people just, you probably said it like this. Those are not angel kisses. Those are freckles. That's what I would have went. Now you got freckles. Would have slapped the freckles on your face. Like, why would you even say that? I know she was, boy. And people know.
Harry is now clearly feeling oh so good in her skin, and we are so happy for her. Natural beauty for the win. Leanne Pinnock. Leanne was the baby in her close-knit family. She and her two older sisters were raised by hardworking parents who did everything in their power for their children's dreams to come true.
Okay.
Even after her parents divorced when she was 14, the support they had for their children were above and beyond. Early on, Lee showed an affinity towards performing, and her father, a former boxer and actor, encouraged her wholeheartedly. Unfortunately, Lee was extremely shy and suffered from incredibly powerful stage fright whenever
She kind of do look shy. You know what I mean? She's kind of somewhat, I'm going to prefer her right now as light skinned. I don't know, some light skinned that just because they light skinned, they still be shy. Just looking at her, her person, she looked like she would be shy. Even though she good now, she be doing her thing, but she still kind of seemed like, not stage fright, but like she had shyness before or something like that.
She tried to perform. With determination, however, and with the support of her family and friends, she broke through and found herself auditioning for the X Factor in 2011. Now the 27-year-old is an unstoppable force and integral part of the girl group. Surprisingly,
I'm telling you, I'm just going to say this. Look, Leanne's the best dancer. For real. She be working. I don't know. I ain't going to get, I'm going to get stereotypical. It ain't on no racist stuff, but just like, I guess black, because like, I know she's still like kind of foreign because of the accent and all of that, but don't she have black in her also? Because you dark, that's what I'm guessing. But like, I know black people, like, they can dance and just be working. I'm telling you, she be getting it. I ain't even saying that because I'm black and nothing like that. I'm just being stereotypical,
There was a time when she felt invisible besides her bandmates. This year, Lee tearfully opened up about her struggle with online abuse, specifically the racism she experienced in the early days of Little Mix. The comments were so horrible that she admits she wasn't able to let them go, and she'd search them all out. She regrets that, but is grateful for how much stronger she is now. The comments now have little effect on her. All she wants is to raise awareness and be an example for Black women. In her interview with Roller Coaster magazine, she shared that for a long time she used to feel invisible and replaceable beside her bandmates. She used to feel powerful in her own skin and proud of who she was, but that got lost along the way. Racism is still a real problem in society, and Lee's committed to speaking up and raising awareness. The singer is finally comfortable in her own skin, and we're super happy for her. Despite their great success,
I guess it's all about insecurities and not fitting in. That's the most part. When you don't feel like you fit in. To some people that want to, I guess, it's a band group, so it's different. It's not a people that just, trying to be cool and follow with somebody to just fit in. This is a band group you're talking about, like, they entertain the world and, music and all of that, like, really a part of the family. So you got to want to fit in and be a part of the group and, just to, even though you're supposed to stand out also in the group, but want to fit in and be like you part of the group, because other people can say like, oh, she doesn't belong in the group or something. And they can probably think that about themselves. So it's all about, like I said, insecurities.
The Little Mix girls aren't too different than the rest of us. Their stories are a constant reminder of how important it is to be kind to people no matter what. After all, we never know what someone is going through. The Little Mix women are truly a force to be reckoned with. These women may be beautiful and talented, but what we love most about them is their unquestionable strength and love for themselves and their fans.
All right, that was Little Mix girls' private struggles made public. I really liked it. See, the stuff, it seemed real to me. You know what I'm saying? I think it's real news, man. All I know is throughout all of them, look, it was probably, insecurity problems. They overcame that and everything. Trying to make a long story short, they on top. They is doing their thing. They had problems, because we fans, we don't know everything they go through. So they don't want to talk about their insecurities and the problem they had, getting bullied in school and all of that. But this is what comes with it. You're supposed to be supportive. If you're a real fan and not be like the haters are. Even there's some fans that try to bring them down just because, because the people that's fan, they probably went through it too. They want to try to bring them down and they want to take it out on them. And just like, if you've been through it, why would you do that? Why would you do it, to the group of girls that's entertaining you, even though they still go through stuff? You know what I'm saying? They go through the stuff, but they still grind. You see how it is? For everybody in the entire world, you have to appreciate that. I really like this video. You know, I gave my opinion. Please put, y'all opinion down in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think about it. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you're new, if you're a true mixer, click that red subscribe button right now and turn on your post notifications so you don't miss out on any videos I drop. With all that being said, it's T Will. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.